Is Arizona ready for the Big 12? Maybe the question should be, is the Big 12 ready for Arizona?
Fan, you want to see the best play the best, and us entering the Big 12, that's what they're getting.
We're excited to be, part of the conference, that is thought to be the #1 basketball conference in the country.
It's the first time one conference makes up half the AP top 10 to begin the season. Tommy Lloyd has an experienced backcourt on a roster with his world-class talent.
I mean, it's a place that I feel like a lot of people want to be at.
On the women's side, the Wildcats have a player who grew up in Big 12 country.
I think we'll probably have more fans than the home team.
And one who's waited 2 years to take the floor.
A lot of people have been, waiting, just saying like, oh, what can Taya do on the court? Like, we've been waiting to see her.
On this streaming special, we'll preview both the men's and women's teams with stories you'll see only on KGUN 9. I'm KGUN 9's Jason Barr. Welcome to Arizona Basketball, a new chapter, the Wildcats' first season in the Big 12. Tommy Lloyd was asked if he constructed his roster any differently this season upon entering a new conference.
Not for Arizona. Obviously you guys know I like a big, physical style of basketball, and, obviously we're stepping into a conference that's, known for, not only, great competition, but, great athletes and great physicality. So I think we're built for it. We're not going to make any assumptions. We got to go out and we got to show and prove that we're built to be successful in the Big 12.
I think getting the four corners is going to be good for our league, all four across, but Arizona's been the most successful of the basketball teams, programs out of that league in recent memory. I think it's going to be great. I think it'll definitely add attention to our league. I think they're a big bonus.
Following a strong postseason, Jaden Bradley is set to be the starting point guard for Point Guard U. Bradley came off the bench in all 36 games last season and was often on the court during the final minutes of games. He had the third best plus-minus on the team despite playing in over 700 fewer possessions than the team leaders. Is it a big transition starting the game and taking over at the point?
Not really. It's some small adjustments, but I feel like I'm gonna continue to do the same stuff I've been doing. Just starting the game. So I'm excited for the road that's ahead of me.
He really kind of came on as the year went on last year, and he's really continued that growth over the course of the summer. So he's somebody that we're fortunate to have, and I'm excited for him to get his opportunity to kind of be that lead guard this year.
Also moving into a starting role this year, sophomore KJ Lewis, a projected first-round NBA pick who tested the draft waters last spring.
I'm Pat Parris here at McHale Center. Caleb Love is set to play in his second season as an Arizona Wildcat after starting his career playing 3 years at North Carolina. Now, the last time we talked to Love, it was in that locker room in LA after Arizona's stunning loss to Clemson.
It's tough. I just love these guys. I'm sad we couldn't finish it.
Caleb Love in Arizona falling to Clemson 77-72 in the Sweet 16 game. Love 0 for 9 from 3. Now that you've had time to process it, why was it that you took it so hard?
The work that we put in, the time that we spent on the court, off the court together, with my teammates, with my coaches, that's why I took it so hard.
Did it feel like unfinished business? You had to come back to finish it off?
For sure. Me and Coach Lloyd, we had a long talk. We, laid out the steps that we needed to take for not only for me to succeed, but for this team to succeed. And so, we have a clear understanding on what needs to take place for not only for me to be successful, but for this team as well.
I'm really challenging him to continue to grow.
He's kind of challenged you, right, a little bit about you've been this elite player, but you can even take another step?
Yeah, for sure. Just got to go into next season with a clear mind, clear understanding of how I can be a great leader for this team, and my teammates have trust in me, I have trust in them, and so. Yeah, for sure.
Is Arizona ready for the Big 12, but is the Big 12 ready for Arizona? Is that the way you kind of look at it?
Yeah, for sure. We're not ducking no smoke. We're not, shying away from anything that's coming our way, and so we're ready for it. For
the 2024-2025 Arizona Wildcat basketball season to be a success, what has to happen?
Big 12 regular season title. Big 12 tournament and national championship.
National championship or nothing else?
Yeah, what else would you be playing for?
This is season number 4 for Tommy Lloyd at McHale Center.
I know my job, you know, in simple terms, is to coach a basketball team. But I also know the impact that basketball team has on this community. And to me, it's a driving force for me every single day to be successful for the people of Tucson, the people of the University of Arizona, you know, and the people in the state of Arizona that love this place. And honestly, I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart. I mean, that drives me every single day.
Remember when Kentucky got upset in the first round of the NCAA tournament by Oakland? Well, one of Arizona's first-year players, Trey Townsen, was a big reason why. Trey Townsen only had Division II offers coming out of Michigan's Oxford High School, so he decided to walk on at nearby Oakland University, where his parents both played college basketball.
My dream, I always wanted to play Division I basketball, and Oakland was the only place that, you know, I had that opportunity.
Sure enough, before the Golden Grizzlies' first game, Townsen went from walk-on to starter.
Fortunately, you know, I was able to make the most of the opportunity.
This past season, Townsen averaged 17 points and 8 rebounds per game and was named Horizon League Player of the Year. His team was a heavy underdog against Kentucky in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
It was prime time, you know, 7 o'clock, national TV against, you know, a school like Kentucky, so we knew going in there'd be eyes on us.
Townsen helped lead Oakland to one of the tournament's biggest upsets.
That was just a great platform for me to play.
Townsen started every game in 4 seasons, but had an extra year of eligibility due to COVID-19.
If I didn't have an extra year, I would have finished my career at Oakland, but since I was blessed with that opportunity, I decided, you know, I wanted to take it.
Townsen got to be recruited in a way he wasn't 4 years ago.
So once, you know, Coach Tommy Lloyd, head coach of Arizona, contacts you, it's, you know, that's a special thing.
Now that he's an Arizona Wildcat, Townsen will slide into a similar forward role that Keyshawn Johnson, also a graduate transfer, had last year.
And I was so excited to be able to get here and play with these guys, these talented people, and you know, I'm just so excited for this season.
All right, we'll get back to the men's team later in the program, but first, a few stories on the Arizona women's basketball program. Starting point guard Jada Williams grew up in Big 12 country.
Put on a lot of muscle. Our joke this year was Operation No Undershirt, so wearing no sleeves this year.
Instead of sleeves, Jada Williams has something of more use, a year of experience following her freshman season.
Coming in not knowing what to expect. Everything's new for you. Each game's new, each practice is new.
Williams at point guard, along with Brea Cunningham and Skylar Jones, were the 3 freshmen to start last season for Adia Barnes' team.
Jada and Skylar and Brea, they were thrown into the fire last year.
We're all best friends. We hang out all the time. Those are my dogs. That's all I got to say. I think this offseason we put in a lot of work. We got a lot closer.
Jada has tremendously improved. She's just her body, her voice, how she approaches things, her work ethic, everything has gone to the next level.
Wildcat fans will get to see that improvement, and so will Jada's friends and family.
They were super excited.
You see, Jada is a Kansas City native, and the Wildcats have road games at both Kansas and Kansas State.
I think we'll probably have more fans than the home team.
And then there's the Big 12 postseason tournament in her hometown.
I'm excited to go back and allow my family to see me play.
They should see a stronger and more improved Jada Williams running the Wildcat offense.
Montea faced a tremendous amount of adversity.
Montea Dew graduated high school a semester early and joined Arizona basketball nearly 2 years ago, gray shirting.
It was fun. I would say I got to learn a lot of new things, especially like just coming here and being able to practice and not play yet.
It was during that time when Montea's mother,
She meant the absolute world. You know, she was my rock.
passed away from cancer.
You think about her every day still?
Every day, yeah. She's the reason why I'm still playing for her. She meant everything.
Still grieving, Montea was set for her freshman season until she tore her ACL.
So that was a lot for a young person to handle in 1 year.
Being set back, it was very frustrating.
When you saw the other freshmen playing last year, did you feel like, hey, I wish I was out there too? What was that like?
Yeah, it was hard to be able to watch them, especially like the first game and just knowing like I could have been out here this year.
Montea spent last season rehabilitating and recently became cleared to play.
When I first got the news, I cried, like excitement, tears.
Adia Barnes,
She's just been like a second mom to me.
Will have a pass-first, versatile big guard when the season begins.
She's stronger. Her shot has improved because she's had a lot of time to focus on the form of her shot and just the consistency.
What's it like seeing her be able to play?
It's great. I haven't seen her play in a long time, so just seeing her confident on that knee and seeing that she still has that same skill set and seeing her grow, that's great. So I think she'll be great for us this season.
She doesn't feel or look like a freshman. So I'm hoping all these experiences and seeing what she went through and growing in that way, I think she'll be a better player later. And I think she just wants to play. It's just been a long time and kind of just has she really plays with a purpose right now. So that's been good to watch.
I feel like a lot of people have been, waiting, just seeing oh, what can Taya do on the court? We've been waiting to see her, so I'm excited to be able to actually go out there this year and just show the fans, everybody in McHale, to show them what I can do.
I'm Erin Patterson. After struggling with roster numbers last season, Arizona women's basketball coach Adia Barnes made sure this season she had a stacked roster, adding 2 European players. One is Katarinakovich from Serbia, whose basketball career started not too long ago.
Yeah, for 4 years, and it definitely changed my life.
Katarinakovich played soccer until she was 14.
She was a phenomenal soccer player.
But Knežević decided to hang up the cleats.
I just wanted to play a more dynamic sport.
And pick up a volleyball.
I didn't even have a regular basketball. I had a volleyball, so I was practicing everything with it, which was really hard and unusual. And then I asked my mom to buy me a basketball. She was like, oh, why? But then it's just, she saw that I really love it.
Ever since, it hasn't been just about basketball, but Arizona basketball.
It was 3 years ago when I was actually thinking about going to college. I said, if one of these 3 colleges offer me a scholarship, I'm going there. One of these 3 colleges was Arizona.
When head coach Adia Barnes was building this year's roster, adding someone like Knežević was an easy choice.
I was excited about her. Most of the time, those kind of players go pro. And when I looked at our best teams, we always had some good core European players.
And Barnes, who also played overseas, has some expectations for the Serbian Knežević.
I played with Serbian players, and they are very tough, physical, not afraid, skilled players. And they were like dogs on the court. So it's going to be interesting to watch her. She's going to be physical, so I'm telling you guys, watch right now. She's going to be a good player.
Heading into this season, Knežević plans to grow that physicality, but also grow her love for the game.
When I started playing basketball, things started happening. It changed my connections with people, the way that I'm building relationships, and that's what I love, and that's what I'm wishing to stay like that, or even get better.
Tommy Lloyd's international roster expands this season to Australia with Anthony Del Orso, who's not the first to say "good day, mate" to fans at McHale Center. During the Red Blue Showcase, former Australian junior player Anthony Del Orso showed off the sweet stroke that helped him average nearly 20 points a game last season for Campbell.
Obviously, I've had experience at different levels.
With 2 years of eligibility remaining, Del Orso hit the transfer portal.
I mean, it's a place that I feel like a lot of people want to be at.
Arizona has had Australian players in recent years, such as NBA first-round pick Josh Green and Keanu Pinder.
I mean, that was a different coaching staff, a different time.
But just 2 seasons ago, Arizona actually had a player transfer from Campbell in Cedric Henderson.
He told me everything I wanted to hear. Arizona is one of the fastest playing teams in the country. Campbell's one of the slowest playing teams in the country.
It was a quick recruitment.
Del Orso brings his scoring, playmaking, and basketball IQ to Tommy Lloyd's team.
He's going to be a real impact player for us. I mean, he's got a, just an incredible feel for the game. He's got incredible skill. He's a winner.
It's a great place that fits my play style. It's a place that I want to develop at, and ultimately, it's a place that can take me to the next level, which is the NBA.
We're counting on him to play a major role on this team.
Once again, I'm Erin Patterson. Toney Aaka was one of 4 Tennessee players to enter the transfer portal after their Elite 8 run last season. But the New York native tips off this season as a Wildcat, joining a familiar face who had a familiar path to the Southwest.
The fact that, 2 New York guys are here, I think is pretty cool.
Aaka is talking about Jaden Bradley. Aaka is from Hyde Park, and Bradley is from Rochester.
I remember playing against him in high school. I was on New York Lightning, he was on CP3.
Both New York natives, and both transferring from SEC schools. Aaka this season from Tennessee, and Bradley last season from Alabama. Bradley already taking notice to Aaka's style of play.
I like Tobe a lot, strong enforcer down in the paint. Can also, he can play the 4 or the 5, can step out, shoot the 3. He could do so many different things.
And his style of play?
Tough, gritty, hard-nosed. Pride myself on rebounding the basketball, playing defense, sort of doing all the little things to help my team win. Scoring, I'm trying to improve in. Being more comfortable making playmaking decisions, things of that nature.
Awaka's physicality when it comes to rebounding is something players like KJ Lewis and Henry Vasar say will change their defensive game.
We're going to be aggressive on the ball, off the ball. We got, guys who can rebound the ball at a high level with Tobe.
He definitely gives a look in the Big 12 as well for us. He's a very physical, goes for every rebound. He preps us for the season.
Henry and Crevis, Trey, myself, and everybody on the team is, taking a step in a positive direction on the defensive side. So I think we're going to be a way better defensive team this year.
But head coach Tommy Lloyd's message to Awaka isn't about his style of play. It's about stopping self-criticism.
Tobe's, he's a joy to coach and a joy to be around. Just really hard on himself. So I've really tried to get him to lighten up on himself. And, I keep telling him, I need him to smile more. I think once he starts smiling, he's really going to take the next step in his game.
The next step begins Monday, November 4th against Canisius University. At McHale, Erin Patterson, KGUN 9.
Others expected to contribute: Henry Vasar, coming off a redshirt season; freshman Carter Bryant, a McDonald's All-American known for his soft touch and feel for the game; 7'2" sophomore Mo Crevis, despite a preseason foot injury; and look for Connor Martinez to get some minutes at point guard. Walk-ons mean a lot to Arizona basketball, especially this year to the program's head coach and the university's athletic director. They are two walk-ons who are well aware of what they have in common.
Yeah, we know for sure. We do.
Their last names give it away. Jackson Francois is the son of Arizona athletic director Desiree Reed Francois. He transferred from Missouri. Liam Lloyd is the son of head coach Tommy Lloyd. He transferred from NAU. They met at last year's Sweet 16.
His mom introduced me to him, and yeah, we've been buddies ever since.
They're new to the program, though hardly unfamiliar. How much did you follow Arizona?
I've watched every game since my dad's gotten the job, and it's such a storied program just in general, so growing up I'd watch Arizona basketball games.
You know Arizona basketball anywhere across the country. I'm in Columbia, Missouri. I'm still watching an Arizona game before even my mom was there, right? So it's a big time deal.
The two transferred to be closer to family, although they won't be playing in any close games for a team ranked 10th to begin the season.
I think Liam said it best. When my wife asked if he was going to play, he said, Mom, if I have to play, Dad is not doing his job.
I think we probably both hope the same. We want to give good looks in practice and want to bring a lot of energy. We just our job is to make people smile.
Liam has actually been making his dad smile a lot recently. He and his fiancée made Tommy Lloyd a grandfather.
Great granddad.
Athletic programs can claim to be like a family. In Arizona's case, Liam Lloyd and Jackson Francois have done so literally.
Family is something that's super important to me, and I just love being around my family and being able to spend every single day with them.
All right, we're having a little fun with our final story. It's not about someone who plays for Arizona, but rather someone who might have played for Arizona. He's one of the game's greats, a 5-time All-NBA first-team player, Luka Donic, who at the age of 18 was the EuroLeague MVP for Real Madrid. Recently, the 6'7" Slovenian guard made a revelation on the Overtime's X account.
If you ended up going to college in America, what college do you think you would have played basketball at?
Arizona. They say it's good there.
Wow. So far, his biggest connection to basketball in Arizona is how much he dominated the Suns in Dallas's 2022 Western Conference semifinals series win. But Doncic might have played college ball at Arizona. Ryan Hansen is the team's radio analyst.
What was your initial reaction when you heard that from Luka Donic?
Well, I loved it because obviously it gives Arizona a lot of press clippings.
It did, and the Wildcat program had some fun with it. Here's what Doncic would have looked like back in 2017-18, the year he would have played at McHale Center. Does it make you think, what if?
Of course it does. You look back at that roster and you say, wow, he would play, obviously, right away.
That was the DeAndre Ayton year, a roster that also included Rawle Alkins and Alonzo Trier.
Just his passing ability, what that could have done for that team to really spread the ball around.
It was a team that got upset by Buffalo in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Could he have changed that?
Well, of course. Anytime you lose in the first round at Arizona, you fall short of expectations. That team in particular.
And while we can hypothesize, there's no such thing as what might have been. Can anything tangible come from this? Could there be a European player who's a little younger right now who sees this and says, oh, maybe, Luka Donic would have gone there. Maybe I should consider Arizona.
You never know what it could do, but I have a lot of confidence in Tommy Lloyd's international ties. There's probably not a corner of Slovenia or Croatia or Slovakia
right.
that he doesn't know already.
I know Luka's, I've heard from numerous people that he's a great guy and, he's great with his teammates and fun to be around. And I know great guys that are fun to be around seem to do really well in Tucson. So, I think he'd be one of us.
All right, that's a wrap for Arizona basketball, a new chapter. For all of us here at KGUN 9, I'm Jason Barr. We'll see you here at McHale Center.